I'm really excited to be here tonight. I had the assignment last year to speak at Fast and Fabulous, but it was actually a week after our son was diagnosed with leukemia, and needless to say, I was actually a blubbering mess. So I'm really grateful that this year I could come and redeem myself. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I just want to tell you a bit about myself first. I actually my Scentsy journey began in June of 2013. I had just returned from a trip to America and caught up with some of my friends, and one of the friends I caught up with emailed me the day I got back and said, my niece's company is launching her company in Australia. You know, can she Skype you? And I said, well, sure, you know, and it turned out to be Scentsy. So that was 3 months before it actually launched, and the niece is actually Megan Clements, for those that know her. She is my sponsor and also my superstar director. So I was really, really excited, and I must admit, when I first looked at Scentsy, the thing that attracted me was the fact that I was retired and I needed something to do. It wasn't even the products initially, but it didn't take me long to just fall in love with the products and the fragrances in particular. So I've never looked back. It's been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm really grateful for the friendships that I've made, and for all the lovely things that I've learned just for me as a person. Okay, I just have at the moment a video clip I want to show you just to start to introduce my topic today. So we can just have the video. Oh.
Do you remember who was all there? Luke and Chloe?
You might need to breathe, child.
And well, you didn't even play with your own toys. See, I played with everybody else's toys.
Good.
All of Luke's toys.
I've been asked to speak tonight about how we communicate with our teams. And I'm not sure if that's how we should communicate with our teams, but then I'm sure there's some people that think that I talk like that because I do talk fast. And by the way, I'm going to do everything I can to recruit that baby when she's 18 years old, because I am sure that she would make a wonderful consultant. Okay, communication comes in many forms. We can talk face to face, and with today's technology, we can Skype, we can chat online, we can do the phone call. Webinars are great too. We can text, and we can even do the old-fashioned write a letter. Communication is simply the act of transferring information from one person to another. I've been asked to talk about the importance of communicating and why it is important to help our teams set goals and achieve them. So, first of all, can I have a show of hands of who have got team here tonight? I've got team here tonight too. Well, we are very, very blessed and fortunate if you have a team. Now, when I think of my team, I think of a quote, and you might have already heard this. Life is like a box of crayons. We can learn a lot from crayons. Some are sharp, some are pretty, some are dull, while others are bright. Some have weird names, but they all have learned to live together in the same box. You know, I heard that once before, but it really just kind of fitted for my presentation today. It is important that we learn that, you know, as a team, we are all different. We all have different personalities, we have different strengths and weaknesses, we all look different. Some are big, some are little, some are tall, some are short. I'm short. And so, but we all make up a team. So it is important that we find the best way to communicate with each other. Now in my team, I actually communicate with my team, I try to, all bar Christmas and everything. I've actually tried to get back on track now, but I generally communicate with my team every week. Now, when I first started doing that, I'm sure they thought that I was stalking them, but I let them know that that wasn't the case, because I really think that it's important as a leader that we are always in touch with them. But and now if I can just say at this point, that if you have a director that actually contacts you, you need to respond to her. First of all, it's very courteous. I hear time and time again about directors that say they contact their team and they don't respond back. It is just a courteous thing to do. You don't have to necessarily call, because as a leader, we just want you to be successful. We want you to help you and just be there when you need us or before you need us. So, if your director contacts you, you just have to text back maybe and just say, thanks for calling, I'm doing really fine, I've got a great week planned, or I'm taking a week off, or whatever, just so that she knows where you're at and she knows how to help you. So, I think that's really important. It's just a courteous thing to do. So, okay. If we have good communication with our teams, we can help them set goals, achieve them, and progress them. What is a goal? Well, it's not the one that's kicked by an AFL player. A goal is a desired result a person plans and commits to achieve within a given time frame. I have always been a goal-setting person, which has helped me throughout my life. Goal setting is a powerful process for thinking about your ideal future and for motivating yourself to turn your vision of this future into reality. The process of setting goals helps you choose where you want to go in life. By knowing precisely what you want to achieve, you know where you have to concentrate your efforts. Why do we set goals? Top-level athletes, successful business people, top achievers, they all set goals. Setting goals gives you, and I just love this quote, setting goals gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. I'll repeat that. Setting goals gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. They focus your attention and helps you to organise your time and your resources so that you can make the very most of your life. Now, I'm just going to refer to something that's called a SMART principle. Now, SMART represents S is for specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is for relevant, T is for time frame. By setting sharp, clearly defined goals that are measurable, achievable and relevant and have a time frame attached, you will see forward progress in what might previously have seemed a long, pointless thing to do. You will also raise your self-confidence as you recognise your own ability and confidence in achieving the goals you set. Now, when I was 19, and that seemed like 100 years ago, I actually decided to make a trip and go to the United States. I was just young and I had this great dream to go, and I actually decided to go with a friend. Now, in those days, I did some research and I thought, oh, this is great, I can go on this trip, and I found out that I had to put a $50 deposit on my ticket. Now, in today's money, that's probably like about $500 away, let's say. But it was a lot of money for me in those days. So I had to put a $50 deposit on, and I knew that once I made that commitment that I actually had to go through it and had to do everything I could. So I booked the ticket, and I had 5 months to save $2,000. Now that $2,000 is probably like $10,000 to us today, because I am old. So anyhow, so I worked out how much money I would have to save per week and proceeded to set smaller goals to achieve my bigger goal. I eventually made it, and I was able to leave on time when I planned, and ended up living there and in Canada for 11 years, which was really exciting. The point I want to make here is that I set a major goal. I then broke it down into smaller goals to reach my bigger goal. My husband says it's like trying to eat an elephant. You can only do it one mouthful at a time. So we need to set smaller, smart goals that bring you to take action every day that leads you to your bigger goal. The same applies here with us as Scentsy consultants. As a leader, how can I help my team set goals if I don't set goals myself? Now, I don't know if there's anybody in this room that doesn't set goals, but I think goals are important if we want to succeed in life and in anything that we do, no matter what our profession, or if we weren't Scentsy consultants, no matter what we do in life. I've always been a list person. Even when I had my kids, I would write down each day what I'd like to achieve, and I'd cross them off so I could see what I achieved, So it was, that was just my makeup and what I did. But I found that when I set goals, it helps me to focus. It helps me to focus on what I'm trying to achieve. I think and the days that I don't have I don't have a goal in mind. I mean, if you ever have one of those days where you work all day, or you feel like you're doing something all day, and at the end you feel like you've done nothing, and I just find that those are the days when I'm not focused. I don't have a goal in mind of what I want to achieve. So, okay. I try to find out what goals each of my team want to achieve, and then I help them set smaller goals to achieve their goal. Because I communicate with them every week, where possible I do, I can see how they're going with their goals and encourage them to do the little things that will lead to their achievement of their bigger goals, and that's generally to do with promotion. Obviously, whenever I recruit a person, I always find out exactly what they want to do and what they want to get out of the business, whether they want to I've got one lady that just wants to do as a hobby, and that's what she wants to do. I don't push her to do anything more than she wants to do. I mean, I always invite her to do things or come to like Fast and Fabulous, but she chose not to because it's just a hobby to her. I've got some that just do it part-time. I've got some that do it full-time, and I've got some that do it as a business. So when I actually recruit somebody, I always ask them what they want to do and what they want to get out, but then I also talk to them about how I communicate with them and what is the best way. Would you rather me chat online? Would you rather a text? I don't like doing text because it's a bit informal, but a bit impersonal. Sometimes I do it when I have to, if I've tried to call and I can't get hold of them. But online's a great thing. And I love the fact that we've got the internet and we can, because most people have busy lifestyles. They've got kids and to worry about, and so there's a lot of things that actually prevent them from maybe talking to me when I actually might call them. So it's really great just to get online when the kids are in bed, and whether it's 9 o'clock at night, whatever, and they're online, and you can chat and find out how they're doing. So don't feel like you have to make phone calls, because that's not always necessary. But as long as you have some contact with them, and most of all that they know that you care. So team meetings is also a good way to track and to keep track of the progress of your team. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Setting goals is easy, but achieving them is not. Now, Megan and Ryan Clements are my superstar directors, as I said, and they've come up with 12 points to do with setting goals. And I'd just like to just cover them briefly. The first one is it's important that you write down your goal. A goal not written down is really only a wish. The second time is to have a time frame of when you would like to achieve the goal. The third one is be specific and focus on 3 to 5 goals. Now, they really emphasize this because they said it's really, if you have too many goals, if like 10 and 12 goals, it's really hard to divide your time up between them. So if you have like maybe 3, 5 maximum goals, like, long-term goals or goals that you can work towards, you've got more chance of actually achieving them. Number 4 is to know your why. What is your motivation? Number 5, and this is when you've reminded me of Heidi, set one swing for the fence goal, something that seems impossible to attain. You might be an essential consultant and your goal might be to promote to director, which may seem impossible right now, but not impossible. Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the things you did. So throw off the bowline, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream and discover. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. So be creative, create your own path, do the things that you want. The sky's the limit for us as consultants, we can achieve anything. Number 6, set long and short-term goals. Work out what we are willing to do to achieve your goal. Nora Roberts said, if you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't step forward, you're always in the same place. Number 7, form good habits that will enable you to reach your goals. Identify your weaknesses so they do not hinder your progress, and be honest with yourself. That is really crucial. It's easy to kind of be in denial sometimes of the things that hold us back. So it's really important that we are honest with ourselves when we are self-analysing and trying to improve as a person and as a consultant. Okay, number 8, have a plan and work on something every day towards your goal. Conrad Hilton said, success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Number 10, track and register. This one's really important. Write them down so you can see if you're getting results. In the workstation, we do have a graph that's available that you can actually go back a year from today to find out where you were then and where you are today. So you need to look into the workstation if you haven't already seen that, because that is a good way of tracking. It tracks on, on your sales, I think on your recruits, and so it's really a good thing. My trusty husband over there, he does all that for me, so that's really cool. Number 11, don't be afraid to fail, because fail is education and learning, which helps us to progress. And number 12, make sure you reward yourself when you achieve a goal. This is important, even if it's something little. I mean, I'm sure of us have all tried diets in our lives at some time, and when we lose 5 kilos or whatever it might be, we think, oh God, I'm going to go out and do something good, or I'll buy myself an outfit or whatever. You can do the same with your goals that you set, in your business, just whatever it might be. You might want to have a day off and, I don't know, go to a spa or just do something nice for yourself. So just make sure that you reward yourself. I'd like to share something that Alison Dalkey, a superstar director, and she was a shining star in America last year, she had this to say, and I absolutely just love it. It says, find something that breaks your heart and find a way to love well and serve well. Your love and service have to be bigger than your business. And that's really important. I just think that, our business is made up of people. And if we don't take the time to get to know people, whether it's our team or whether it's our customers, we are missing the point. So it's really important that we look after our teams, love them and encourage them and help them in all they do to further their Scentsy businesses. Let them know that you appreciate them and support them. Now, I have a lot of my group and team here tonight, and I just want them, and they know that I love them very much, and I'm really, really proud of all that they do. And I would not be, where I am today if it wasn't for them. So, in closing, I just want to finish off with a poem, and it's called Your Team. Your team is a gift. Like a gift, you may not have asked for it. Even so, always show your appreciation for it. Look, listen, experiment, share your ideas, skills and passion. Take risks, work and be a friend. Gifts are fun, so don't forget to play. But if you break it, do your best to fix it. Sometimes the best gifts are those you didn't want. It may take time to see your gift's value. Wait and keep an open mind. Give it a chance. The surprise is half the fun. Enjoy what you discover together. Thank you.